Hi guys, I'm Rochelle and I'm a Ravenclaw. Today I'm going to be running through a quick April book haul for you. This month's haul is going to be a little bit different because I joined my local library. So you'll see some library books in this one. I've got a total of 8 books to show you this month, so we'll jump right in. The first book I'm going to share with you guys today is Wicked Abyss by Kresley Cole. This is book 18 in the Immortals After Dark series. I've been reading this series since I was 15 or 16, so nearly 10 years at this point. This is the latest volume. I'm very excited because it's a story that I've been waiting for a while. This series is a urban fantasy / paranormal romance. It revolves around an event called the Ascension, and what the Ascension is a war which occurs every 500 years in this world. The Ascension is basically the population naturally culling itself, so there's a big war with all the factions, but as a countermeasure to the number of deaths that occur in this, a lot of people find their mate, who is the, basically their one true love, yada yada yada. I'm really looking forward to this, so I hope to get to it soon. The next book that I picked up in the month of April was The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. For those of you that don't know, I originally received an ARC copy of Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda. I started it at 11 p.m. one night, and thank God I didn't have work the next day because I finished it at 4 a.m. That's right, I read it in one sitting. So, excited for this. Very excited for this. This book follows Molly, and while we see some of the characters from Simon reappear in this, Molly's sister is gay and she's just gotten a new girlfriend. And the new girlfriend has a friend who the sister and the girlfriend think Molly should hook up with. While this is going on, Molly also has a crush on this guy at work. I'm really excited about this book because Molly is a larger girl. She's got anxiety, which is something that I also deal with, and she's Jewish as well, I believe. I'm super excited to get around to reading this one. Hopefully sometime in May, if I have time. If you've seen my May TBR, whoo boy, May is going to be an interesting month. So we've gotten to the library books at this point, so I'm going to do really quick summaries. I'm not going to go too much into depth. If you're interested, you can watch my May TBR because I also have like a quick roundup in there. So the first book that I'm going to share with you guys today is The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. I have read Maggie Stiefvater's Shiver trilogy. I enjoyed that, as a 16-year-old. I know I'm finally getting on board with this series. I'm behind. I'm so behind on a lot of this stuff. I read the Raven Boys, the first book in this series, in November of last year, I believe, November or December. And I have a friend who is, I can literally, mentally hear her squealing because of how excited she is that I'm finally continuing on with this series. If you're not aware, this series follows Blue. Blue is a psychic. Her entire family and, their close friends are all psychics. There is a prophecy in Blue's family that the first boy that Blue kisses will die. Blue's known about this prophecy for a while, and then one day, which is a very special, magical day for this particular world, Blue sees a ghost. Now, Blue doesn't normally see ghosts, so what that means on this day is if you see a ghost and you don't normally see ghosts, you will either kill that person or that person is your one true love. So that's going to be interesting. Blue becomes friends with like a very private school, fancy pants group of boys, and they are looking for a mystical Welsh king or something. It's pretty cool. I'm very excited to jump into this as soon as possible. The next book that I want to share with you guys is Revenant by Larissa Iona. I'm not entirely sure that I'm saying that last name correctly, but I gave it my best shot. This is book 14 in a series. Again, this is an urban fantasy paranormal romance. You'll notice that there are quite a few of those this month. I don't know, I'm just in like that kind of mood. I'm on a kick. I'm just going to embrace it and roll with it. So in this series, there are several types of demons and angels and, you know, paranormal creatures. Again, it's another mate series, so they're through events, they'll find their one true love. They'll probably have difficulties with that one true love, like they won't be expecting something or there'll be something in the way. But the thing that I particularly like about this series is they also include the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, who are very witty and dry and sarcastic, and I really enjoy the characterization of this series. This book is pretty short. It's only just under 400 pages, so I'll probably knock this out within 24 hours of opening it, so I should be getting to this one pretty quick. And the next book that I want to share with you guys is Discount Armageddon by Seanan McGuire. Seanan McGuire is all over the booktube at the moment. She wrote Every Heart a Doorway, and the sequel is coming out in June or July, I believe, so yeah. Seanan McGuire is actually pretty prolific. She's got like a couple of series, like long series that she's completed or still continuing. So I figured before I dive into Every Heart a Doorway, I would give one of her other series a shot. Again, particularly because this one is urban fantasy paranormal romance. So this particular series follows the Price family, and the Price family are cryptozoologists. And a cryptozoologist, for those of you that don't know, is someone who studies creatures that haven't been discovered yet. So a cryptozoologist will study magical creatures like vampires or werewolves or phoenixes or yada yada yada. So this particular book follows Verity, and Verity is trying to juggle cryptozoology and ballroom dancing. That should be interesting, and it sounds pretty friggin' hilarious, so I'm hoping to get to this one soon. This is also a really short book. It's under 350 pages, so again, it's another one I'll knock out really quickly. The next book that I want to share with you guys is Something Strange and Deadly by Susan Dennard. I got a preview excerpt of Truthwitch before it came out. I never got around to reading it. I am going to remedy that. I decided I would give this series a shot first because I know it's finished, and if I enjoy it I can just binge it, whereas Truthwitch, that series is still being released. What I didn't realize about this series is that it has zombies in it. For those of you that aren't aware, I am actually legitimately terrified of zombies. Like, I'm not kidding, I will have a nightmare about the zombie apocalypse or being chased or eaten by zombies once a week, once every 2 weeks if I'm lucky. So I'm cautiously optimistic about how I will go reading this series. Basically what happens in this is Eleanor's father dies and then her brother disappears, and so her mother is trying to marry her off. She's only just turned 16, so she's not cool with that. She breaks into a lab of this group called Spirit Hunters, trying to figure out how her father died and where her brother has disappeared to. The people that own the lab are they kind of adopt Eleanor, so I'm hoping to get some fun little gang quirk vibes out of this. The next book that I want to show you guys is The Darkest Torment by Gina Showalter. Gina Showalter was the first author that I ever discovered with urban fantasy, paranormal romance stuff going on. I think I've read nearly everything that she has written at this point. This is the most recent release of the series. I'm pretty sure it's like book 13 or 14, and this one's big. Like, this is a long book. This one comes in at just over 500 pages. This series follows a bunch of lords of the underworld who are ancient immortal Greek warriors who messed up, and they opened Pandora's box, and they have been cursed to carry the demons that they released within themselves. So this one follows the guy who's carrying the demon of distrust, so that'll be fun for his relationship. Anyway, he kidnaps a famous dog trainer immediately after her wedding ceremony. She's only marrying this guy for reasons of protecting her family, or protecting her family and friends. He's kind of messed up. So yeah, apparently it's sort of like her take on a Beauty and the Beast retelling, so I'm very excited to get to this. And the final book that I want to share with you guys today is The Golem and the Jinni by Helen Wecker. I don't know a lot about this. I saw it pop up on BookTube fairly frequently when I first started watching about 2 years ago, so I know that this has a golem and a jinni, and it's been described as an unlikely friendship or relationship. I'm not entirely sure. I know that this is considered more historical fiction, so I know that golems are typically Jewish, so I'm hoping that I'll learn some stuff that I didn't already know. Alright guys, so those were all of the books that I wanted to share with you today. Those were all of the books that I picked up in the month of April. If you're interested in any of these, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to talk to you about them. If you can assuage my fears of the zombies and something strange deadly, please do. Please do. That will be all from me for this video. I hope you have a magical day. Bye!